the 3rd of April, 2021 in Abaco, Bahamas. Today's supposed to be Good Friday in Abaco. And it started that way, but it got rough and turbulence, the sea and the sky. I don't know why it happened, but then I saw the most honorable Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and his entourage in his private King Air drop down in Marshaba. Once again, Abaco is their playground. Him and his sidekick, the MP for North Abaco, that's his sidekick. They don't move far from each other. But the question is, what are they doing? We already gave up 2 years in. Nothing to speak about positive. That these guys, one has a vacation home at Schooner Bay, and his sidekick is building this big house on the hill in Great Siston, while his constituents, his relatives, his close relatives, are still living in domes with mold, mildew, cold, hot, sweaty, and they're vacationing on us. Not one single meeting in almost 2 years. Nothing that they spoke about of priority for Abaco. But yet, they want to give you the needle. I don't know what that needle's supposed to do. They didn't care about the dead. 9 months they didn't bury our dead. This is Good Friday I'm speaking. 9 whole months. And may y'all believe it or not, if Kai Mills wouldn't have been at that trailer and speaking about it, then Lincoln Bean had to come down and confirm what I knew for 8 months prior. But if Kai wouldn't have stayed at the trailer, the dead wouldn't have been buried. Prime Minister never showed up for the memorial. The Deputy Prime Minister never showed up for the memorial. Nobody, including the leader of the opposition, neither one of them show up for the state funeral or memorial, whatever they call it, that disallowed the loved ones to get close to the casket to grieve. This has been a hard 2 years on the lives of Abaconians, especially those that thought the F&M government would have been so much better than the PLP government. You put them both in a bag and shake it all up, all you got is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Chicken in the bag. And that can't go. This has to be a record. I'm not certain, but this got to be a record for any country in the world that had such disaster, that the government haven't built one single home, while the member of parliament for the area that haven't spoken to his constituents since Hurricane Dorian is almost ready to put on his roof, while people in North Abaco is still sleeping in the car. They still got their tent. They're still in the dome. And guess what? They're charging them for sleeping in the government dome. They now have to pay the government this money. I don't know what's going with this money. And then you look at every week with this COVID-19, the amount of money that they are trying to impose on poor Bahamians, as if they want people that don't have the monies to pay down this national debt. It is crazy and silly season to think that people that went through a hurricane, that didn't have an insurance, that lost all their clothes, their bed, their stove, their pots, their family members, left with nothing. And because they driving through Abaco now without a face mask on, they tax them $250. I'd like to take a quote for the first time from the most honorable Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and ask him, point the finger back at him, where's your heart? Where's your soul? Where's your care for suffering people? We feel as if we are a stranger to the rest of the Bahamas. We have people from all over the United States, all over the world. Some from Belfast, Ireland, Denmark, England. All of them was on the ground weeks before the defense force that's raiding Nassau showed up. How could Denmark, when they said the Danish is on the ground, the British saw the hurricane was going to destroy us. They had a airplane carrier in place to get to our aid right away. The United States, before the wind quit blowing, all you could hear whoop up, whoop up, whoop up, helicopters everywhere, like Vietnam. Not one Defense Force boat, not one Defense Force officer came for weeks after the Jamaicans hotwire the heavy equipment and clear the road. All our Defense Force officers did was violate us and stole from us. So does the police. We are now turned into a police state. You saw what happened the other night. I always say this, his side, the police side, and the truth is somewhere down the middle. So I don't get into them, but one thing I would let the young people know, you can't beat the police force. They're the biggest organized gang in the country. Y'all gotta be lucky that they didn't shoot one of y'all. They shoot a young man in Dunderstan 13 times. While he's on the ground, the police are still shooting. Bam, 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 bam. You know what it is to stand out with somebody and shoot them 13 times? And the Abaco, most of the people on the jury, to say that there was non-justifiable force, they were Abaconians. The Abaconians said that the police had justifiable reason to assassinate a young man. That's my Abaconian that I'm trying to represent. If it was their kid, I wonder what would they have done. They're the kind of Abaconians I want to step for. Those ones that have humane in them, that has humanity. A lot of them see things and they say nothing. I see something and I say something, not to benefit myself, but to educate. Again, I started by saying, what's a Good Friday? And the Prime Minister and his family and his sidekick, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Member of Parliament for North Abaco, blew in. Good Friday just blew them in, and hopefully it blew them back out. But they don't care. Remember last Easter, the Member of Parliament had his sister cook Easter meal and took pictures of everybody. Then the year before that, the Prime Minister and his wife and the minister of North Abaco, member of parliament for North Abaco, they went and fed the defense force after they had all the complaints of how the defense force was stealing and robbing and brutalizing us. They went and cooked for them. So y'all doing good by Kai them. Keep a beating them. Keep them under your feet. But a good preacher say, Kai, this too shall pass. It's taken a while to pass, but this era, this also shall pass. It's Good Friday. We're not having a Good Friday in Abaco because the people that took our monies from the foreign people, they will be bringing it to you to campaign to keep that power, to keep you more in poverty. So I'm just trying to educate you. Whatever they give you during this election is something that some foreigner have already given them to get you out of this poverty, but yet they're using it to benefit themselves. It's one of these Kai Care video on a Good Friday here in Abaco. Kai cares. That's why he's here.